Call meeting to order. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That sounded good.
Good morning, everybody. I'd like to welcome you to the Board of Commissioners meeting. And I want to remind everybody that this is a public meeting and we are documenting it both via audio and visual as well. Awards, recognitions, and correspondence.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I have the privilege of handling the Employee of the Quarter. In this case, the Umatilla County Employee Excellence Committee was created to acknowledge and commend the efforts of employees who serve the citizens of the county efficiently and effectively with a focus on professional development and outstanding customer service. In that spirit, the committee wishes to share with you the nomination letter for this quarter's individual. It's going to Zachary Williams. If Zachary's at all surprised, he may not have turned around. Zach's a great co-worker, is always extremely helpful, kind, and friendly. His door is always open, and he really takes the time to teach others, and is a great mentor. He never hesitates to discuss an issue at work if anyone needs help, and he goes above and beyond to make sure his cases are handled well. He is a great example and represents the county well with his professionalism. Congratulations, Zach, and if you'll come up, I'll give you a...
Hold on to that bag tight. Commissioner Murdoch might try and take it.
Well, I try to steal it too.
Would you all like to come up and have a picture with him?
Oh, yeah, come on.
There you go.
Thank you. Oh, that's very sweet, thank you. Darn you, I totally tricked me. You did.
I'm tall. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Down in front. Randy, get Randy. Come on, Randy, get up there. They got things to do. Never stand right in the front. Right now. Right in the back. We're not calling her, but. I'm calling Elizabeth. Saying a lot. Oh, I guess we don't really. One more? You can try. Doesn't matter if we were smiling or not. I know.
Yeah.
You see it in the eyes. The eyes,
That's very sweet. Oh,
Thank you all for coming.
I am curious, what was the ruse used to get him here? What was the ruse you used to get him here?
I told him it was his assistant award.
Oh, yes, I'm shocked.
Very nice. Congratulations.
Hey, you forgot to tell him that it's a parking space.
Oh, Zachary, don't forget, you get a reserved parking space out here.
Yes.
Ah.
Right next to those apartment buildings in the back.
A few blocks down the road. Thank you.
Thanks, Zachary. Congratulations.
That was fantastic. Any other awards or correspondence?
I didn't have
Okay.
it.
Approval of the minutes previous meeting from December 15th, 2021 and December 29th, 2021.
So moved.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. And any additions to the agenda?
Good.
I think we squished the last one in.
I think you're right. Okay. Any public input and recognition from anybody other than what's already on the agenda? Okay. Hearing none, we'll move into our business items. Item number 1, creation of positions for care.
Good morning, Commissioners. Dale Kramer, Umatilla County Community Justice. What's before you is the culmination of work with the Lipstick and Justice Reinvestment Group on priorities for this biennium's efforts related to justice reinvestment. Going back, a number of months, Jenny Galloway and I have been in conversation around how to better serve the population that we work with and how to bring the components of the CARE program into Umatilla County Community Justice, specifically those folks that are on supervision for parole and probation. We applied for our justice reinvestment application April, May-ish or so. The award came in a number of months ago. We've been working with Jenny to finalize the details of the service delivery, and that work is now done. We've entered into an MOU that allows us to transfer money from the Justice Reinvestment Grant as well as some additional monies from Community Corrections for some ancillary services that come with that program. So what we're asking for today is the approval to hire 2 CARE specialists to fill the needs related to the Justice Reinvestment Grant. I think I've been before you all at one time or another to kind of give you the details of what that service will look like. Commissioner Duran, I think you were in a meeting yesterday that got some more detail than maybe that I had given you in the past. So, so if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
I thought yesterday's meeting was very enlightening, and just to hear the whole committee's feedback was pretty exciting, actually.
Yeah, we're excited about it.
Great job of
Yeah.
laying it out. And, good program moving forward. I'd like to make sure that we can find some way to fund that or through grants past, make sure that we stay on top of any opportunity out there to let that go even further, because it sounds like a very strong program.
Well, I think, you were in the meeting yesterday and there was some conversation around bringing some of our local law enforcement in to get a better handle on what's happening with various crime rates in our community, because I do think there are some things on the horizon that pose some sustainability problems for JRI, so we will need to keep our eye on the ball related to that.
I would move, unless there's further comment.
Can I make the motion?
Sure. I would appreciate it.
I only asked to make the motion because I happened to be in a different position when CARE was founded. However, I am still pleased with and delighted with the program. But when we founded this, I have no idea how many years ago, I happened to be at the SD, but it's been amazing to watch this grow. At that point in time, Jenny Galloway was CARE. I'm not sure we've advanced much. She still is CARE.
She still is.
But nonetheless, it's my privilege to make this motion. Thank you, Commissioner Duran.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Thanks, Dale.
Number 2, creation of an administrative.
That's it.
Jenny.
Click too fast.
I just want to make sure.
Administrative position for CARE.
Oh, yeah, is that you?
Click the link on the left.
Okay, I'll send it.
Yeah.
Jenny, is that you?
Yeah, that's me. Jenny Galloway, Umatilla County Care Program. Yes, in addition to the 2 positions that we're adding, I would also like to request the approval of the creation of an administrative position, which will assist me and the CARE program, as we are now a much larger program. As Commissioner Murdoch stated, it started with me, but we're up to, that'll bring us up to 6 FTE, full-time employees. And so I would like to bring on an administrative position to assist with me and then be available at meetings to look at and be a part of sustainable funding around all the positions going forward with CARE.
Just to add to that, Commissioners, if you look at the MOU that's attached to the previous pinky, you'll see there's funding in part coming from Community Corrections as well, because the position will aid both departments.
Yes.
I move for approval.
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Number 3, dispatch payment. There's someone from the Sheriff's Office.
Good morning, this is Karen.
Good morning.
I'm asking for approval for maintenance on our storage array and also for the RIMS server. It is made up of, pardon me, 2 servers, 2 switches, and this large array storage array. Originally, we were on the plan to renew and change out the RIM server in 2022. However, with the UPS project last year and stuff, even with us being able to do it in July, we're going to be out of warranty in May. So per IT, they're recommending that we do this maintenance as a precautionary so that we don't lose any data or have problems.
And would you just identify who you are for the record, please?
I'm sorry, it's Karen Primer, Sheriff's Office.
Thank you.
Karen, is this done is this gonna be in-house, or how's it work, operation?
So it runs the entire RIMS, which is our CAD, which is by county. So it's for the server and all the storage arrays. It's a renewal on the warranty, which was due to expire in May. If everything had worked out and all the planets had aligned, we wouldn't have to be doing this, but the UPS decided to not play last year. So we will be redoing all of the server, and that it is in the budget plan. However, to get us from May to where we need to be at in case there's any kind of issue due to the critical nature, as well as it being not just us, but by county, we need to have the warranty redone, basically a renewal for it. And it protects us for any maintenance and that.
Thanks, Karen.
You're welcome.
I would move for approval of the renewal of the Dell warranty and maintenance program for $5,916.23.
Second.
A motion is second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thanks, Karen.
Sticking with the Sheriff's Office, position reclassification. Who's doing that one?
Some voice will come over.
I don't see anybody.
Under Sheriff Littlefield was on the line, but I don't know.
He is, but I guess this is coming before the board for reclassification of 2 positions in the sheriff's office. Their sheriff has been seeking to reclassify these 2 positions for some time, and they're now ready to move forward. Under the request, the current positions of West Office Clerk and Front Office Clerk, which are range 25, will be reclassed to a Law Enforcement Records Specialist, which is a range 35.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is Jim Littlefield from the Sheriff's Office. If you want me to answer any questions regarding this request, please fire away.
I have none.
None?
I wish I did, but I don't. So,
Thanks, Jim.
Nice to hear your voice.
Thank you.
I would move for approval of reclassification of West Front Office Clerk positions to Law Enforcement Records Specialist position, range 5 through 35, effective July 1, 2021.
Second.
have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Jail interim position.
Good morning again. Under Sheriff Jim Littlefield, I can speak to this. We're requesting that Kenny Franks, who was our previous jail lieutenant, second in command under retiring Captain Thorin Hearn, be paid at the captain's wage for the month of January, and his position would be effective February 1st. As you know, Captain Hearn is retiring, but Lieutenant Franks has been working with him to transition into the position to lead the jail, and it's working out well so far. We request that Lieutenant Franks be paid in this position for the month of January.
Have we accepted the resignation of Captain Hearn?
Yes.
Well, I'm not comfortable with him retiring. I grew up with
No,
him.
I'm not either, but I think as a matter of protocol,
He did
Before doing
submit a
this.
letter indicating he was retiring.
we have that. Okay.
Okay.
HR does.
Under Sheriff, quick question came up for discussion, and I didn't get a chance to get an answer. This is listed as an interim position. Is the intention to go out for advertisement after the retirement, or is it a transitional period?
No, our plan is to transition Lieutenant Franks into the captain's role and then promote into his role from within as well.
Thanks, Jim. Thanks, Under Sheriff. I move for approval to double fill of the jail commander position for the month of January 2022.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you, sirs.
Thank you. Number 6, law enforcement commute authorization.
This is coming before the board on its annual renewal. This is to allow law enforcement employees to commute in county-owned vehicles. This is considered a part of their compensation, having the car to commute. They do not pay for this benefit like the next ones do. But this is before the board. There isn't any change in any of the sheriff's office positions that are part of the order.
Item move to adopt order number BCC 2022-005.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Number 7, employee commute authorization.
Okay, this is for the authorization to allow non-law enforcement employees to commute. This is a benefit to them, and they do. It is reported, and it is a taxable benefit. The only change to the list this year is to add a new position from the Public Works Department. The new assistant director position has been added.
I'd move for approval to adopt order number BCC 2022-006.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. Number 8, the Walla River Road Bridge contract.
Good morning, Commissioners, fellows, Umatilla County Public Works Director. This is a request to accept the bids for the South Fork of the Walla River Bridge project, also known as Harris Park Bridge. We had a number of bidders. I believe there were 7. Harry Johnson Plumbing and Excavating was the low bidder at $600,397.50. And unless Doug has any other input on that, we're requesting approval and acceptance of Harry Johnson Plumbing as the project lead on this.
Robert, how are we funding this?
This is actually funded through the bridge program. It's a reimbursement, so we actually write the original check. The state reimburses us everything but a 10.26% match on the project, and then eventually we might be receiving some FEMA dollars for this bridge. And if we do, our agreement with state of Oregon is that we funnel those dollars back through to the state back into the bridge program.
Perfect, thank you.
Okay, any further questions? With that, I would entertain a motion.
I'm so moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
Thank you, Commissioners.
You. Maintenance payable. Mr. Tanner on?
Mr. Lanai is.
Oh. Dan, are you gonna take that one?
Yeah, some reason, can you hear me? There it goes. I was having some technical difficulty. I needed to call IT. Good morning, Commissioners. Dan Lanai, Director of Administrative Services for the county. Before you, the bill for HMS. Did you say something, Commissioner Murdoch?
Nope.
No.
Oh, sorry. Before you, it's a invoice for HMS for repairing the chiller piping. We've been having several issues with the old piping that they're having to use and replace. And now it's the time of year to get those things replaced before springtime comes and we start needing to cool things. And also everything just takes a long time right now with trying to get parts. So they finally got to working on that and replacing that. So that's what's before you there.
Is this part of the ARPA fund distribution that we had, or is this separate?
Regular maintenance. This is just a repair. So this would be just coming out of our regular funding, general fund, I would assume. Nothing special marked for this. It's not a replacement, it's just fixing a broken issue.
I'd move for approval, payment to HMS for commercial service for the amount of $8,394.60.
Second.
Motion is second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
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 Motion carries.
Thank you.
Fair payable, EOTech.
This is appeal before the board because of the amount exceeds $5,000. EOTech it sent a payable for 3 items. One is related to the parking management for 2 fairs, the 2019 and 2021 fair, and also for the bleacher rental for the 2021 fair. And so it's requesting authorization to pay EOTech $22,600.
The only thing I'd add to this is I'd stick a little memo in, and maybe Robert already has, but it seems like it takes a long time to get our invoices from EOTech. And it's kind of frustrating both at the fair level and at this level, when these keep crawling back. That one parking's from 2019, and I'm not sure it really got all the justifiable information we needed, but it needs to be paid.
They had some time trying to get that one.
Is that their bleachers or do they get them somewhere?
They bought them from Jim the bleacher guy. So the EOTech now owns those bleachers.
And we have to rent them?
We rent them, the rodeo rents theirs, yeah. We've always rented them in the past, they're the same bleachers, so. I would move for the payment to EO, and your pinky says ET, but anyway, EOTech, and the amount is $22,600.
I'll second that, but it just seems weird that we're renting bleachers from them. Because I think there's not much reciprocity on what goes the other direction.
It hopefully is changing, Commissioner Murdoch, but I cannot disagree.
Okay.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on that motion?
Aye.
All in
Aye.
favor, say aye. Motion
Sorry.
carries.
Aye.
Okay. And position reclassification.
Did you want to do this?
Commissioners, Robert Paul, CFO. Some time ago, the Finance Department and also the Public Health Department requested to reclassify 3 positions, 2 in finance and 1 in health, from accounting assistant 4 to range 16 to a physical assistant range 18. That's before you today. The impact is going to be approximately $9,000 in the finance department and $4,500 in the public health department. Requesting that you approve that change.
Well, since I have worked for quite a long time with Mr. Paul relative to doing this, I make the motion to move forward.
Second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries. Thank you. Housing Authority Board appointments. Or appointment.
There is a vacancy on the Umatilla County Housing Authority Board, and the recommendation is to appoint Cara Hosley to this. She is recommended for appointment, and should be appointed to a 3-year term.
I do have a question on this before, and this is just a informational question for me. Does the Umatilla County Housing Authority, do they bring back an annual report to this board, or is there any reporting structure on their activity?
There is not. They are a separate entity for fiscal purposes, so they have a separate budget, they have a separate audit. If you want to, they can certainly provide you with a copy of their audit or any other reports they have.
It was, I just sat down with Mr. Barrick and had a pretty lengthy conversation, and it seems that they've become much more active during the last, I'm gonna say, couple of years, at least listening to some of the descriptions of what's going on. And
They have quite a few new facilities that
Yeah,
they are managing.
to me, it would be interesting to see a true kind of recap or overall picture of where and what they're doing, but I can ask Doug for that. I'd move approval to adopt order number BCC 2022-004.
Second?
Got a motion and a second. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Hospital Authority Board
Yeah.
appointments. What's that?
Oh, okay.
This is coming before the board to appoint 3 members to the Hospital Facility Authority Board. 2 are reappointment, and the 3rd one is a new one because the current member has termed out. And they are recommending Tracy Hamby fill the new vacancy and then reappoint Commissioner Dorn and Linda Hall.
Seeing as how.
Consider it out.
Yeah.
Well, I'll make the motion.
Okay, now I will second the motion. So, that being said, is there any further discussion on the motion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye. Hurry and appoint them, it's such a demanding position.
I've been to one meeting and they said you had to re-up.
I think they are usually just have 1 meeting a year.
Yeah, one meeting.
Okay. Umatilla Business Center project. And I will talk about this one. Did I give you 2?
What?
That might be a little bit different than what you're thinking of.
I see what we're doing. Okay. Out of order. That's the problem. Okay. So the city of Umatilla is submitting a grant application for additional funding for its business center project. As part of the application, the city is requesting that the county commit funding towards the project from the annual improvement payment made under the long-term enterprise zone agreement. The amount of the commitment would be $1 million funded through the county commitment payments agreed to as part of the long-term agreement. The annual amounts are $450,000 and are expected to start in November of 2023. The proposal is pay these strictly from the county commitment payment, so that if annual amounts are not sufficient in 2024 and 2025, part of the 2026 allotment or allocation will be utilized to make up the balance. So there's requested separation actions as approved commitment of $1 million toward the City of Umatilla Business Center project to be paid from the county contribution of the annual improvement payment for the East Walla project in 2024, 2025, and if needed, from 2026 allocation.
Move for approval.
Second.
Get the motion and second. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. And commissioner assignments. So the liaison assignments for the commissioners for 2022 are before the board for approval. The assignments are for department liaison and community benefit plan board appointments. And requested action is to approve the commissioner liaison assignments for 2022.
Move for approval.
I would second and say thanks for everyone for the discussion, and I thought that it was beneficial that the commissioner's manual was in place and directed us on how to proceed, so I second that.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Okay. Number 16, City of Stanfield Infrastructure Grant. And approval is sought for county commitment of funding up to $140,000 toward infrastructure improvements for the City of Stanfield. The funds would be used for extension of walkways and utilities in the city light industrial park. The funding would be for economic development in the City of Stanfield. The requested action would be to approve payment up to $140,000 to the City of Stanfield for infrastructure improvements for the city light industrial park. And with that, I'd make a motion for approval.
I would second that.
Sorry.
No, that's fine. Would that be considered for potential ARA funds should they arrive?
I'd say it's possible, certainly not, I mean, not a slam dunk, but I think it's possible that we might be able to.
I'm just wanna know, I'm kind of putting together a potential list, assuming those come through.
I would put it on your list.
Okay.
Okay, got a motion and a second. Is there any further discussion on that? Okay. All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Item 17, we did have on the agenda the Meacham East Livestock District hearing. It has been canceled. So we'll move forward with that at a later date.
If it does come back with the new proposed boundaries, then it'll come before the board to set a new hearing date.
I would want the record to show that we have been in continuous conversation with the proponents.
The only thing I'd add is that, from my understanding, I guess just to make it clear, is the process starts all over again if there's a new boundary submitted.
That is correct. We will
Okay.
have to send notices to any of the property owners as well as publication in the newspaper.
Do we need to post that that's been canceled?
It has been posted.
Perfect.
Any updates from the commissioners? Commissioner Murdoch.
I would ask that we prepare on behalf of the commissioners a note of condolence on the death of Ryan Neal.
I would, if that's a motion, I would second it strongly.
Yeah, good idea. Well said. Okay, we have a motion on the floor. Any further discussion? All in favor of the motion, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you for doing that.
I would like to at least take a moment to remember a longtime Fair Board member, EOTech member, that served Umatilla County in a lot of different ways through the education, being the principal and athletic director at Hermiston High School, but more than anything, a very close friend. I would like to at least express publicly my condolences for the passing of Buzz Brazil last week.
I would certainly add to that.
Yeah, that's right. Well said. Well said. Unfortunately, we've lost a lot of big community leaders lately, including the death of Pilot Rock Mayor Virginia Carnes recently. So that was another loss to our region. So we've lost a lot, and you know, people who've made huge contributions to not only their cities, but in the county, but their entire region. So they will certainly be missed.
Her services are January 30th, and I assume will be represented.
Yes.
I do plan on doing
Yeah,
So do I.
as do I. Okay, anything further? Okay, with that, we are adjourned.
Is it 9:30?
9:30.